mema ne ma wonu oyonko mema eda ne ma wonu oyonko ne mema nyina beda na ompo yo ba one ma ne mema nyina beda ehun sansam wa Ghana ya bono a na ehun mra ekọ na hye fie in the 8th parliament eka to no gboro nenka abeye mra na yentumi anya ne saa a ene 9th parliament mra hye bi aside ko parliament mama yare ga kan majority da so mra no kra ya passe ayamra answer na man on na mari mama be kase mra ne de ye mfa mara nim ye de bana nim a obaja atu no kwa de ni susu ye mu no ne nti ase mu no enam so mra hye bedwani de ntino se na parliament hye tie no se ye tu na obi ni antima awie na parliament na wo no wona se tra kwa wie mi ato aba ma mra hye bedwafo fro ba e cheza na monto na ye tu nyina no agegu age se ye sha ase fro back and forth. The Speaker of Parliament, Agman Babin, Abekasa, say Emrebie Niwa at that parliament. Say gay, LGBTQ plus no. You better won't come up you near Benya Emra, a found dia. I guess the should be the answer from Elmer Fee. And a pay a Kayan Koma, Yabon home. Ghana for a 2 years, your phone so. MPP. NDC, CPP, Umomanya, Bibia, Mino, Yosia Hunu. A duma about the other Tomi, a Yapadian Mons and some, I also mine a tumpono, entumpono. Yana, the one I did quite press, NDC near people and money master. For their question of CPP. To one more woman said, and farmer no Kobe. Ashanso de ndura wo ho a wo mo som a wo kwanya so e mo man kwaya wo fa so esom man ni ne sika wo man ne ehwere e wo musum no sanke de ne di a kire ne jan MPP ne ndi sisem no a emsa o man ke wa kodu ba bi a ye pese e kodu te nduro mpo anka kakra na no ada Public Accounts Committee we aya bedeku a wo mo ya somfo e ma wo mo kanya se wo mo ye no womo boka na se ba yema won kwan na kanea bo muntum na yenso so yema won kwan tum no na so mutum a yenwuru osom no ensachae baba bia ebamu akopiem our Public Accounts Committee so enya bi before ena akodi sika na adwumayefo mo ECG Electricity Company of Ghana womo somu no sika wo mo ne ko mra hye ba fie mi agi tu mu se eno ne sika no o mo di sika no amara mbroso 189 million Ghana cedis 189 million Ghana cedis. They approved the budget by 189 million. The big 6 Ghana cedis. Na yes, a former management, you refer mu to the Attorney General. Ibedi emu enkomo. Enso so egu ahoboaso se wo mbatuto niema yie na yenya party a aye ready be ameka me say it is an individual we are ready for election 2028. But we should pray that we will have a party that is ready for the 2028 presidential and parliamentary elections. Na san komodie na ekoso na no ne hihye mu bi no se yebeto abayi akandifo from polling station electoral area constituency region to national. Edi bebre na beba se national no na no kwa call University of Ghana Sports Stadium yi yemra yakoye mpanifo eguso edi wudwuma na wo mo de babontin a e baba bo amanyoko no bra no akokansi so people said the national party national chairman no will be the leader of the party at all times. na nipa bebre na epe national chairman yadie mira Kwame Ntwibo si akochema wuntumi matene din John Buadu ediaba papa ya na no ada national council could take decision or say it is one of the useless decision party ya take but change akon onu so edini din aba Stephen Asamoah Boateng commande this year ene konongo this year Stephen Asamoah Boateng so Martin din sanso so ena Paul Awentame Afoko the former national chairman suspended national chairman Paul Awentame Afoko enso so eni diaba na no no so kware no say NPP kwade ono asem mfa ne ho na ono oye nafu na oye afu kwade no obere no obafie na obeso TV no ha NPP ba so a na wadum no wanum na no asesa channel no se de ono so edi diaba edi amumu bi montete ye na matete se ono so sha se edi nkomo ne party mpanfo bi edi nkomo yebe ye presidential primacy wie ya mutiri bia edisebe mu nwanwa one of MPP's celebrated general secretaries ayetabo ni di kasempa Daniel Kwaku Botwe se wono so mutiri din se the national chairman no ode ne ho baba se party for ntwiri so tonto na se muhuru se osafata ya to abama na eno nso moma na nyam nwanwa na no pai na na Obiri Boahen na trasi ye bewram na yedi hu nkomo na no da honorable Esla Gifty Owusu Ekofu odi ni bega ode announce ni intention say onya general secretary bedi no menya na nane ni nhia ye eni hu nkomo na chairman dia babu idie mene na ebedi nkomo nso afa ho enipa ye tu ndi se omunso nya twefo panyina the lead scribe the general secretary of our party womo ebeye no Justin Frimpong Kodia ono ho Martin din Eugene Boache Entry former MP for Subi Martin din Sylvester Tete former English Botiano English man from MP former deputy minister for information Isaac Kwame Esiama former MP for Atwemamponua and then a former minister for youth and sports on also so Mati Nidin Dr. Charles Jamina currently the national treasurer and a former deputy ambassador to China. Dr. China is mostly called on also Martin for a general secretary. On also so Ediano Ewo. Other and Yamame Esla Gifty Owusu Ekufu, former MP for Ablikuma West. And an 8-year running minister for the Ministry of Communication and Digitalization, and also so Mati Nidin. Kwabena Kokofu, Lumba Brothers, Edinburgh. So Kwabena Kokofu say Wayaka Contium or Germany. Na ono your constituency chairman, then the Dean chairman Kokofu, the chairman Kokofu no. One have a case on a national chairman, ma MPP. Why Bantama MP? Why one time member of parliament for Bantama? Why director of Environmental Protection Agency? One on a bresso and now Obuaema Munimra. One of the shines for him as EP boss, no, and it's Obuaema Omunyamra agency, no, authority. Na ono so Martin Dean say Abrano so obeba as general secretary. And pay the monte mete ho ache mo say the mate honorable Dankweku Botwede e ho ache mo no Sir also able put himself up for the General Secretary office of our great party. The Honorable Samuel. For the question of Kweku, and for the Kwame Samuel Ata Achia. So, MP for a former MP for Aguakwa South, and a former Minister for Works and Housing. And also, so Martin Idin say, also as a General Secretary. You are Menena Ebedi Ehon Enkomo. I have been praying for a party that is ready for the next presidential. Obiri Boahen is in the central region. I think and ABA or the baby Nandra is in the central region. Nikru and so western region, which I say will cover Bono East, Waya Bono, where we are Ahafu, Waya Western North, and Warram, Western region. And then Obeko Miaminia and Nest from Paul Costeru, a Memphis East parliamentary candidate for the election of 2024 parliamentary elections, no? And then the constituents are all torn. 2 p.m. is expected to be in the Memphis East constituency. In the Mantena, Moa, Wasa Japa, Wasa Ekrupon, and as I say, is it body and Umbeshia, Honum, in Semenya. Now, NF from Pong will be there. On also so Ebewoho. In the Shilla 1, and they call the more Mantena, Moa, Amenfino, Nasam. Munina and a pay the chamu and so honum. Way and then come out who do be and I better for you so now between now and 9 a.m. Sorry, want to me sports buffet, nationwide sports no and so ebemba. Cecilia, my catcher must say me CD me interest in the EPL until further notice. And yeah, and slot Liverpool no more rem. Nah, you believe in Komo baby. Nana Marche?
Yeah, Major so.
Apum.
Oh, Yamada. One on the boss.
Fra.
One watch it.
Fra. Me never come by boom.
Okay.
Nah, maybe I'm
Pabu.
Oza. Any. Last weekend, I was Sunyane. Me no bones at home Friday, no.
Maybe no.
Me no Casaria, yes, or Beduna at bear on our time.
Book program.
And me young credit now said me could join it. The Tabamia and the team now Bruno region.
All right. Almost frame it, but the catch on some more.
Yeah.
Almost frame it. No, say I get that coming in about it.
On a good me who manage Papa. Nana, yes. Not on a so honor.
Yes, they are very formidable forces. I get that because it's a very formidable.
Very. I saw it.
I get that
because you're born, you know. Brikum East, Sunyana West, Sunyana East, Mubundi, in the way the party people respond.
And
then Atafna.
Yes.
And then Bafua, and then I'm out Cheme.
Okay. Very influential.
Yeah. Intino Bono, me koto, me question, me na kwenya shia, yeah, communicators nibi, and then serial callers nibi. Almost are doing a very wonderful job. One gentleman, I mean, engaging a Paul, one Paul. Paul, so from Chatre. Yes, yeah.
Paul from Chatre
is also doing well.
Yeah, Paul is also good.
Yeah, you know.
When you're Baba Mando.
Baba Mando.
Almighty Baba Mando.
Michelle Baba Mando na Michelle Aminu or say omuna invisible force.
Aminu. Baba Mando is very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable.
In fact, na I was say ka enyemekra omodemeko nimdie and I think a service.
Service.
It could be medio until my new arrange say from next week, every Saturday. Menu we pet na meko na anjomo 2 hours bi honum
both India
and service na menu mo akotena so edi enkombo ti mo amo bono anyina so anape ye chia mo nyina mo koso
a boy back so master planner on Kentampo.
Yeah, master planner Kentampo on
very good.
Yeah.
Very reliable.
Yeah.
Hard working. Reliable and hard working.
Yeah. Next week, say nyame adom na yeshia na ya kaiwina yemfanka yenkomodie no ho. The cyber security.
Oh, yeah, the France kakra.
Yeah, ntete ho kakra ene ho.
No, sir, that law in principle no. There enkaye. Because amount for no pi adwene ye almost say ebema ya come for Casaboa or show you. Well, I remember saying that almost criminal libel law no, I no. Na Dr. Obeda Samoa, foreign minister, for my own besides a criminal libel law. Also, you bet Mudia to go over his dead body. A criminal libel law, Omodi di Nipa Webri, Eben Kweku, Omodi Dino. Tommy Thompson on the criminal libel law. Criminal libel law, Omdi Kwakubako. Criminal libel law, the one Webre. Okay, say, but Kofoba no, Obama HM. And the Koya Sisiaba. So as about security law numbers of the banner. Menewa Moya, if you say, I think the dear no, Nekas and Pinoa air costume. I am a power. My mama, me betena na meka na fana esampa and kolango sekwa anybody then banna ninko onne de na banna then ubenya gwan dompofie then ubenya kakala kabrono ane ahinkuro. Because I say we the following then if you enter the Bruno is Ubenya most so on some dialect near different crowd. Then over Baba Benya a maintain a different group of people altogether and different history. Because I say there was a man this near Urabi or call it TikTok. Now some way the podcast we are not so activity. Atama wura no di me no medine no krongo bo ole wobili yaboa wobili yaboa no. I mean, does this call for activity? Don't end this for oh you know one utin dia tempa na dia why you Obiri Boahen. And there's another and this maybe on Filbron regional or UK. Atamna would only dimina also send the battle. Now, this I would run any bearable now, you know. One Atama what this St. George. Atama what this St. George, you know. May I so many colony pa, may be market the champion. Okay, say, me repeating those words, the ferry. I am a new Messi affair. Aya chiwade aya haram. Some cancer hours, just a repetition of those words. One no where's our Kama St. George? At the St. George at Rabo St. George Amana Kanemani. Where's a be you qualina and Kaudana? What the quanotin. And I'm at this NDC for be complaining. The good number of the NDC for complaining. So that law no there to a certain extent and ordinarily it is a samra no but to a certain extent as a samra no because you find the worst culprits yeah or more maji or more NCC was or more NDC for and now been MPP for now at DD and there's no basis. But the attempts answer brain I have some level of education. Some level of education. Who say Muraba Papa for the catch for Papa for no the brain yes yes Mamma no cry the humpo na man. So I'm person of this alone ba eh Nigeria say I'm person of this alone ba to sanitize the industry. Oh na ya mamu ya kama na ya mamu so abe krabe. Nti I'm ka so mo de ba. Me nyini say I'm person of the criminal law. Ba we me ma program we abramen kan ba kosam. Nti na nka se me da ba kosam firi akiri. Man fa ba kosam firi we die. Da matcha evaluate jura for omo baba be ye omo fashion bayere festival na duangama matcha omo obi amomodin so be kono obekwa akohwe bi omo yam festival no the debate goes on in Ghana this year I've been there bayere omo na de bayere bay ebinu so se nya omo me mpesa me de me hu be wuram me redi me bre omo ba me ango na ye omo capital traditional capital makare wo mo abakosem tambia na omo kase akanfo no nyina afiri bono me se ko kase dabi mo mo nkasa the Bamian go people evaluate no they have nothing in common with bono historically we show mo back they have nothing in common with bono but as a man me sehwifo no ana awenfo no ana baalefo no nyina no ade a wo mo ancestry no share in common na Cote d'Ivoire. They have nothing in common with them. So evaluate you from them. Mama Sancha, magasa me my program ya men kan back kosem. Men cha denchira for so. Omo yi wo mo hin otoso du ni nsia. Nti ya ma wo mo ntiri nkwa. Ya ma
26.
Yes, ya ma mo ntiri nkwa. Ya ma amanfo nyina chinka tutu ampa. Okro ba ko de tutu ampa. So hene no no ya ma dan kirafo no nyina tinkwa bara ai ba obahu se dan kirafo no wa manfo a dan kira and perhaps asante omo pa dan kira perhaps asante and perhaps the guans omo Ghana and Finfra omo na nipa omo wa manfo man on atutu akotena pa in fact danchira you trace it to Vome in Volta region Vome in Volta region by tradition omo ye danchira for Vome in Volta region by tradition omo ye by history omo ye danchira for. But let me take opportunity in memo obi an say so danchira obi say obi asa danchira omo traditional capital omo the Jukwa. And you're not correct say Jukwa. It's the second capital. Then for second capital. And na Jukwa. Omo first capital they are bankers yes.
What's that
Jukwa. And ya omo first capital. But Jukwa became the capital after the Fiyase War. But what in the after the Fiyase War. Abi bia scatter and na Jukwa. Ebinomo kase na omo pe abrofo protection. Na ebinom say omo pe abrofo protection. Na omo de call Jukwa. Because abankasia so be mo ha o.
Konta na se hanum na. Na me ni abankasia.
Ansa. Na
Bebia Kesman
omo free no.
Okay, Nation FC Sports Stadium no one.
Now omo fa ha abuakwa mo fa ha. Hono na banka so.
I see.
Yeah. Eti danchira ya ka no nyina no. Yeah, I agree danchira is a formidable force. And that even after 1700, yeah, I think it will be 1700. Now, Omakonya from Bankama stew. Then Chilakonyano, your friend of Bankama stew. Then Chilafone started Ujura Festival. Then Chilafone started Ujura Festival. They played the major role. But if you go into history very, very well, around 1300, you know, Tafono, Kumase Tafono, you know, any dropping. You may trace it to Denchira. Eti Denchira. So be ye Denchira for Bibia. And Timber Cassese dropping for. Obia Denchira for Bibia. And Timber Cassese dropping for. Satina ma adakwa ya domna omkucha 18. Sorry, minka omchanti. Minya no more civil. Ma minka no to say profane there be way abakosinti. Adakwa ya donoma womone ntim jakarinya problem no amenka no sa ahomoma ntim jakarinya problem no adakwa ya dom no omono chese omo ye denchirafo mbacho hote na mechira nazi eti dencho obanya bi domase number 1 1606 obanya bi fiapri dwukwafo no obanya bi wo wanfie va the wanfie people are even say wanfie for no ka say bankama stu na wo be ho as you say wo be ho any be ho be the minti nsi ni pi me ya ho because soja ran ko hwe nkwani entina abakwasam kakra ebe another abakwasam so alga so on say guans na no ya bonwura oba akuropon na se na mi si kire mu no ya wo mo ye guans gonja for no wo mo ye guans gonja for nya northerners uhunu sa no Ghana map wo mo soro no and just o me northerners gonja for omo fria omo no namfo no omo nua no ne akuapemfo no omo nanano omo nua bi ne kodwombofo nya yeji mfa bi ne yeji fo so no omo cross ba ase dompo fie fo no nyina ye guans gonja guans efutufo ye guans na ewutufo so ye guans but what is them asebufo nye guans asebufo has got nothing to do with several akanfo abrofo akanfo nyina firi bono no asebu ene ahantafo no om de omfiri nsuo santina obenya ofarija kwei ofare ni kweja history and tradition chese be free nsuo sana history and tradition chese badubo nsuo so ahanta no chese be free nsuo na me ya history na yinu nyina kakra we de me kakra we de mogo no now an incident happened and I want to say lumba sister bi
yeah
ebo dua okay
so for year
and matisa say no omo de akoma nsuma nkwan now obi bisa bi say na ya nsuma nkwan na ya kan but when you asante for history asante for kuta bibi bisa say adwumakase kase when you adwumakase kase
yeah
adwumakase kase ekweso kumawu na ebia utwim kakra ebaya de since 1700 till today say na 1st November 2025 ebo ebaya de say sankro no adwumakase kase ekweso kumawu na by extension kakra o de abona ka ebeye de se obi beye so nka on na bodua no awura no bodua no so firi adwumakase kase ana ofiri adwoso ana ofiri kumawu ana ofiri abona ebe kira ko nsuma nkwa ahena ho ampa bet enibre a asante man de be hwe sa kesi no ebeba fam kakra why because you see sa war na ma asante be ya asante no the feyase war no Sankro we no pa na wo mo sacrifice ye and bisa me say menka nokoro pa say sankro beni ho a nka santema no betimi ai metimi aka say sankro adwuma ka se kese egeso ane kumawu na agona metimi aka say nokoro ni bia boae asantema na ba chichi asantema na oba chichi asantema na obia ba ba wani mu ba ba wa chiri bia boae ba sankro we no de Moana benya free asantema nya free ono eya dutwam eya dutwam in the sense say wo mo kohia conference kohia G ha no wo G ye wo no hono no wo mo kohia yo man sika kokko no free soro bae no wo mo kohia wo G ho now conference ye se me nyankomade ansa na yetini da nkyirafo na akokko na the first nyankomade no je say the ohene bi hwefam for 7 days near the yawasi ni nsem ni asem dudo onidi onum nsuo na sansokofo agitu for the first time no na sansokofo no wa woye adwumaka kese hene bia no from even 1680 the 1700 na santema ne bae woye adwumaka kese hene bia no asante hene bia be from me wofa we adwumaka kese hia asante ne be fro me wofa eti konfado chika na asansokofo no sori no no say to the first case I wofa na baro ya ma bi nyese ya ono wo kwakwakoye no da anakwakoye fi so de hia nko akwadwane eho na ma sa abe no bae eho na ma sa abe no e bae ana adwumaka kese asansokofo no wo mtutu fam adene hye e wo ji ha da bia sekare no e wo no ha no mo de no chefum fele na tie no ne duru ha man nsa ye sei ne ba de ya wa ne sisi ne nsem 7 days no aduane no nsuo and that and then ansa wa ba dokopem e jo so dokopem so de betwitwa ne nam se ye nku ti se aponche na ye nku dwana na ye nku nantwi nipa da sani o
no man ho kwan
o ma ho kwan bekunu betwitwa ne nam ora baby anam no peta be fa dia kotu bia no man mu no na ye chekere no e betere duru ho dan kumawu twebo akodua onso kokra ne yire ampa me ama mi se me kwa akowu ye chekere man asante man me kwa akowu ne yire ne ma besu ye awrade wo kwa ajaye wo kwa ajaye wo kwa ajaye ola ame kwa ajamo empanyina mpa so okojawo. So from 1700 to now no ebeya de sebi kafrache na srameka ho sebi amampon sebi asokore sebi he manhin bia anakromani bia no ebeya bibia whoever is the occupant of the golden stool no obe ne bubefu say you know over adwumaka kese ufro fenso no frikumawu a na ko basa so ko ye niamo ho no a na ya do ko manhia whoever is the occupant of the golden stool no onya ti ukro ni dinipa abe bibinti and that na information o ka say odike mira bi odike cassette here.
Yeah.
Do you know why asam no antiman kwa chikese odike kopacho
adwumaka kese
odike fra adwumaka kese
I see.
odike fra adwumaka kese anya sam ketwa it is about na wo ka asante history no because odike asansokofo Bachauti na metro no ase. Aha. Odika ya sansokofo. Now, even after the war, say yes war no omko wie ye no. A omunya ayi no. Ntim jakari ni ato no no. Wahu. Wo mo chichem yensa. Me go into details because higher fidie so. Bi beka sa abakosam de wo kan nyina me nkan nyina. Esa abakosam me kan bi frantoma ni yie. Be chemu me yensa. But the biko body ni biko kokofu. What I say? Nobody be so come adwumaka kese. It's the 1st November 2025. I'm no Kansas here. Oko Jumakase Kesia. Omo from Dabuachi. Dabuachi. And one omo de Tim Jakari. Do. Omo de command or more. Sir, Nasansoko 4 years into on some money. Eti wo maye bibi. Ewa Jumakase, yes. Na bibi na ba ye twa ho ahia no ba ntena won so. Ba ntena so.
If you say
eya chiwade se ba betena so. Small won. The Bema de tintena so. Bema de tintena so. Adwanyina no Ajumakase kase last week no betra me kan se kire kuna dunum de no. Ba na nya kuna du amiti ye kwabre. Nti mo mfa nkyene. Ambanyina no oti sa wati abakose me say kwabre petebie obi aso no de. No, it is because of Ajumakase kase. One, from 1700 no nyina Sansoko 4 year no. Asante ahemfo no ba ye no nyina hu say no wa papa ni mpon na Ajumakase kase. Na no wa fa no sacrifice. Eti soko ba Ajumakase kase man hene a. Otumfo say to the second no. Say so timu so man hene bia o. Na no na soko Seychelles. Awan kono otima man hene bia ko Seychelles. Ba Georgia say. Jordan and Canada, Germany mampanyina ba no ho.
Yeah.
Otim from man hene bia. But no afa no a odi kane de ni tigi a kirema no. No afa na show sa do no say to the first. So akwa Ajumakase kase man hene a. Na just say woman fa hudie bi. Na just say utim soma no. No hwe asante ahemfo no from 1700 we hwe ne Asansoko 4 ya ma asante man be cheche asante man a. Na wo no man hene no wo soma no a. Be gidi say enyebuo. That is point number 1. Now, another point to do so Uba Ajumakase kase or a member of Kumasi Traditional Council. As I'm telling from 1700 in but who said, Send Ajumakase kase as a soko for or did not correct or sacrificing for Ose to the first. Because as a soko for anyone, because to the first and to my didn't Ose to the first. It is idea or Gidia or no fanum. Ajumakase kase hene. And to Kumasi Traditional Council. I saw many baby. No baby, I mean promote no. The beyond the better. This a beko Kumasi Traditional Council. Never ko bopo. Sir, bebe ya me say ni say ya. Me wa fatimu die nkwande. Me nsuro. Me wa fatimu nkwande. Ene me da mada. Me da mada because as long as Ajumakase kase e wo ho. As long as there's an occupant of Ajumakase kase too. As long as me occupant of the golden stool. As long as me of a penny. As long as a sick of one on the dinkan no. Because you better trust Santimalo Ndie. What person much trust Santimana Ndie Mamba. Muntu to firm. 7 days, no food, no drink. If you have one man in a quabre. But in fact, Ajumakase kase Ajumakase kase no is around 1600. But her mind any channel Ajumakase kase. Her mind any channel Ajumakase kase. As a back was enough for me more baby to conclude. As I saw for the minimum cases, 1st November 2025. Wow, Friday, wow, Benny, say, Tankrono, Tafur Faka, Ajumakase cases, he said. Martin said, Obiri Boahen. But Bibi be friend that war. Na ye danchira for behene. Na ye bibi. Na do ho de onka.
All right.
Now, ukwa dabo no a. Ba be hwe so no. Wo mo ye danchira for. Asante for no call war no wie na be ba na be di nipa bae no. A be de eyinu ma Ajumakase kase for no. Ne be ma danchira for no. A wo mo bae no se mo hwe so. And ebi ne kwamne kura du 1,000. Nyamtuni no.
Omo mu free
Danchira after 1700 war no nti be bae no. Kwamna kwadu 1,000 mabusuafo na ehwe da boachi ewo adwumakase asase asa nanyum bi enza ne benwo ne be friend asase asa dio asase asa abu abuja. So that is the history of the Ashantis.
Hockey. Then China 26 chief.
And you know, before 1699, then China was controlling the Elmina Castle and the Cape Coast Castle. 1699. It was at the 450 or 1700. No, your friend the nose to the castle. Nose to the castle. If you are fear when you know, Nkrata na was no. Winsam. It is a winsam nasa what takura de kura. Una we fiura. So after the war, no shooting in Abedi Asante Fonsen. And the way no near be a Tambiano, then Chirafono can be an 80 pipe pan in the Fayas war. Sent Tim Jacari or Swan and Money Echo Bonu Fayase. In fact, it was the Fayase war in a mud than Chira. A year, no, they want to revive or revamp Denchira. It's in my mouth by me and go.
Right. And I say 47 minutes after 7
for historian. As a soko for a bass, and in your mammy in the sun banana. But it's as a soko for, but to form the national. But I will have said never son of banana. And interestingly, but transits are for 7 days.
From some
woman. For 7 days, you should talk. And upon your young and a better. No bass and banana. And it was later anyway. Edi boso me pe na abe afi free ho.
Baby what tonight?
Baby abe tonight no. Na abe no da fam sa tien sa na abe no e pejase.
Da hot said no mo omasam mo.
Mama sam be na no. Na mfom so ahofo no ye nse. Be yi kwa no. Ohun. Ne ba to abe na gu. Wa abi before.
Omuyi kwa do manya bi afa kwan na amfa.
Na nka ba bi kura nka wetima yi kwa no afafa ha sei. Ne mo yi afafa ha sei.
Ne nka ba ni.
Na ba bi si amfiri. Asenso ko fonu ama mi. Omo fro ho be hia so. Wan ka ba kwasem ya maka we nyina che nka na 1st November 2025. Wo be kon so na abe no wo ho. Baba ba to abe na gu. Wan wa bi before.
Na say Omuyi is it Daban?
Yeah. No, if be no possible.
Na Nantini Maba will be Tiasi na no woman boom na dead na me say.
No, obey you boy say. That's a matter of me come back because we are
just said you boo good ya. And you move you know what have hanu way. Na yam compensate you when no for
make a back because me baby basu ya bachu a cabin kwa nka me ohene ba beka so ohene ba Obiri Boahen kasa for don hwiri mi no onka back because me kire si ya.
Well, let us say young kwanim no so meet Dianan Enkroni want to meet TV so we are fair on Facebook and then YouTube and you want to meet TV live. Young fa the LGBTQ plus in a kind. But as usual, the other shots here, 2 from 5-10 minutes and sunny at 2 hours. Cameroon.
Cameroon. Yo, Cameroon. The Bewura LGBTQ in Accra. What about Mabamabu a bibri?
Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire.
And Cote d'Ivoire, ne bad father, Bibia, Ghana, Koraka, and Mabamabu. Miniani Daswo, a walk, a bibrim, ye can't go. LGBTQ. Varaman for the campaign party and people. So for Babenya, so for Babenya, we. Oh, Nana don't sign, MPP and sign, we young sign. Why you want to be a LGBTQ is like Galamsey. we one baby MPP for you ban baby Ghana ni bia ina no baby ni na man for the boy MPP thinking says NDC bad dia acha nedu my president Mahama be pass along sure there be an 1st November 2025 it tells you sir abi before akrache fo binum abi before nimdia fo binum ni ebebedi ni ebebenya kwana obefa so obenya tumi adi tumi ni wadi sika ni wawie sika enti abibrem no fair is foul and foul is fair. Fair is foul to some African politicians. Fair is foul and foul is fair. LGBT atos braha. Asofo no na be gina muda biana NPP anyese mompa ye Ghana ye Christo man any CSO so never wa himfa. And what is St. George kasa? So who you got who so nyankopon now dwene nyame ho na nyame wo mu. Who shall answer now to you mabu. And the LGBTQ is there. And that LGBTQ is there. President Mahama. Minini, President Mahama beating us on LGBTQ. Having regard to having regard to the past history, Solomon in America and the President Mahama and the rest. Menyintum. Ahuna menyini. But who are NDC? We are leading member of NDC. Namo LGBTQ. Honorable Kujata Blackwa, Sam George, them. People like Captain Smart who are very vocal and instrumental. LGBTQ. And then I go for advice. And then I mean, look at this. Look at this. Am I would you be being sabu before I'm on your son for being would you be debut? And then I maybe say some cousin about mobile. Into so about I'll be an hour there. Go through.
Tibia maybe who as much as you have seen.
Exactly. That is it. Because what here LGBTQ na kufado na MPP4 na yese nkremofo muntunti MPP LGBTQ aye we say aye se mu ohifo muntio munhwe menyese munye weyo ene abambabe say oh esewu abambabe of all people so later days of the MPP abambabe ntinka se memma yenye we menye say ye be ye say and hwe say law no kurawu law no nwuye law no efefe law no yare law no ntiapo law no wo dampaso. Now that shows how African intellectuals anybody know yentimi sipi yentimi kan nokore amani huna ye hunu no enti LGBTQ no baba pasia yo bam pasia yo as a Ghana for no one be one dance here. I'm talking about LGBT echo for Cameroon. Cameroon yes or no. About moto ya or monanso ya amsi pobia. Me no kasa se ya pobia o Geneva. O monanso ya na ni 2 days pobia ko Geneva. Cameroon abanu bitim to ahem. Se demonstration na eguso. Rana yetimi tena mamu. Pa ma ye invite problems mamman no eti mamman no kwa ahohihim ni akokasa e bronsam ana ubaba akokasa e bronsam na ma Cameroon na ye ya menyi ni se sofo bi ana obi ko gina ba bi akokasa bronsam anya bronsam African intellectuals some African politicians no omo ya nimguasefo hwe ni ekoso Cameroon maybe we are current utie me bia enye Cameroon ko anurachi the electoral commission in Tanzania wadwan that was to adam be to aba no 29th now opposition leader no the court for treason ana omo edna kotum ana ne party no so omo ban ne party no so omo man ne party no and contested. And I'm a man and my TSC crew. So, electoral commissioner, no, any members or officers of the electoral commission board, Bergani for Tanzania. Bergani, Yawodan Yumre, not former president of Kenya. Now more a meeting of Kenya. Sensation here, Echo Tanzania. Meaning what is happening this morning in Tanzania. But I can tell you that Tanzania is also there. Get them. Tanzania get them. We can yank we now we call Madagascar. Madagascar is also my man to see Krum. My man to see Krum or Madagascar. Now my man, oh yes, sir. Vampire. Now President Ricasa, my man, 1 year. Very young penny. But I said that phone call no uncle and call Pamu man. I said that phone call. I better yes, me my money and head. Yanni being in a baba. So Madagascar is what happened in Madagascar. But Pambelli,
I'm going to Omajo any suit, a branch any suit.
it is like a maroon. It is like a maroon. And as we are talking now, maybe from Kenya, a room or mobile road. Where Tanzania, more the better one Tanzania for my man and in Maya. I'm a home demonstration.
Wow.
That is what is happening. From now to say never seen. This is what is happening in Africa.
Link it up with Dom Levu. Asamu Akwako Kano. Say, Mampeni John Dramani Muhammad fears that say Ophelia, Ghana might experience a coup d'etat because now say all hopes are lost.
Yeah, what it is not John Mahama. Whoever becomes the president, because the wind of change, Mframana airbo a bibrem say no. Mframana airbo a bibrem say no. A being can't be said, sabi to be before one. Because they say no, who are Cameroon at them, but no can say. Korea on the Nyama or Mashishin. Say, Korea, Uganda now, Bobby Wine. Mika Major Uganda or Bobby Wine, the leader of the opposition. Nancy Oko party the hotel be Oko lunch keke. Or Mako close to hotel no. Or Mako to Bobby Wine. So Jada Uganda says Yamenoka say. Jada Cameroon says Yamenoka say. Jada Tanzania says Yamenoka say. Madagascar the Jana Ashie Edum. And in Kenya, Jeff Rassier. Menoka says a CIA last week, 16 army generals yachiwa more Nigeria.
16 army
generals. Menowaka Sunday, Namemene Day. 1st November 2025. 16 army generals yachiwa more ewo Nigeria. Our mudem. Some were more planet. Some were more stage coup. In Nigeria. So Nigeria, Tinubu Ababako, Tinubu Abba the second term. They actually 16 army generals in the bedroom. Now, here Fabio Nadeba and Phantom. So the wind of change, a blow Africa now, a blow a yetuo, a year Janet, and Yasekane. And look at how my man be Berchema Burkina Faso. Last week, Burkina Faso Akota Lupri, Air Burkina. Last week, Burkina Faso Akota Lupri, Air Burkina. And now Burkina Faso, Ama from crash to university, free Bondu. From crash to university, addition free Bondu. So whether you are in Ghana, whether in Cote d'Ivoire, wherever you are in Africa, leader no your leader papa, leader no your be king kind, leader no tembia or your current to say me Obiri Boahen. Or your current leader no your make current to say me Obiri Boahen. To say hey, BB basic. That is the clarion call in Africa now. So Dom Levoka said, President Mahama failure. And the President Mahama Nko. So say from my ebono. The man I said with the advent of social media. I don't know the number biano. That's how we be. If you enter how you bro to send the biamukasa brofun bedi nya bedi nya. Enya brofo. Young for ya. Now in Uganda, the first vice president is 86 years. But in Cameroon, the constitutional court, no, ya brand you or 83 years. No, ya brand you. Only you cry 83 years. It is not a matter of fear, no. So where do you fear be and no need fear be? Because I be before a catch of phone. Sabe binum wan nyini no wagim a wagim oya ketwa no onyimi ya onyimi ebi so ya ketwa no wagim a wagim so domele voice na o kano media bi so on kan in the sense ni akoso wa bibrem no na so right now Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Guinea, Madagascar Benyina bara ba ati be ho afi EU. Benyina bara ba ati be ho afi EU. EU no just with due respect, just now a useless institution. Because Madagascar dey. Se me see ya me man na tesi kroma be ya president no ka se be man be afi bara be mpene. Be man soja for be ne me man ko e back. EU si be yi Madagascar free. EU. So what is happening now in Cameroon? Want to say Obiaka Sao? It is only in Guama. Nkwana wako graduate and Pobia. Up to now, the maswa time in Tessa Mampany Mahama wako graduate no. Now go graduate no. One go graduate no. Cameroon for better have mano. BB Besi. So, I don't know. Enti ni nyina foto na e wo mu se ya se so wo hu se ja atobia abodwisi mu a no akwasa nsu abesi odia
ECG.
Some of these things,
one of the reasons that might trigger
exactly
the conversation that we are having.
Exactly.
Overspending their budget by up to 189 million Ghana cedis.
Exactly. As for cool, when Mompire any seba. But me as a social commentator, me the African seminar, but I'm them the message and them film, no me share. By your come my dean, I may share unyame. Because ECG, even if ECG alone, 189 million. In fact, what they call for currency now, 1.8 trillion. ECG alone. 1.8 trillion ECG alone. Now take your people ghost names no mo ka se woni nyina me ma no ne maya no be kin kan be ye no ne enye manipa bumfu u kan SML pa u hwa Manasa Zuri the fourth estate one publication but SML without sounding prejudicial. And not sounding prejudicial. But okay, now what you want now shiny air coswa. Easy Jimpon. Maybe the whole energy ministry. Easy Jimpon. Nanako. Easy Jimmy. Na bui power. So we wo baby bia ehu. Ye wo mra ehu. Na manyofo no enhwe nhunu se. Sabi. All over the world, all over Africa. And nanu ne we ya no hanu we hwaba ya na no so jani ko bodo of pharmacy shop. Obo no wie ya ni simanum kura na the whole world be ehu. The president for be amkoje you or Sampa Kweneshi.
Yeah.
And the same is here. Eti. And no ayehu. Uganda, what is happening in
Have you heard this supposed security expert Richard Komodo on a Bayani incident.
No, say the papa ye Amigenwa.
Or say, okay, Mammy Cohen.
I say Abayano papa ye Amigenwa anti.
Intina say, Utimi engage Sujan, you know. Nah.
Oh, that is with due respect, that may be a stupid comment.
Oh,
with due respect.
No, but I'm making
with due respect, that would be a stupid comment.
Abayano
papa become.
I want to quote him.
Abayano was no human.
Okay, so this is what he said on say, if I were the young lady in that pharmacy and a military officer walked in angry, I wouldn't talk to him. But this is a young lady who, knowing that her father is a soldier, wanted to appease, and that's why he beat her up.
So what I call a stupid comment. I repeat it unreservedly. A stupid comment. A stupid comment. Coming from a schizophrenic patient.
Schizophrenic?
Yes. A stupid comment coming from a supposedly a schizophrenic patient. Abayano papa bekano.
Or a fraud prevention expert.
Stupid comment.
And a security consultant.
Stupid comment coming from a supposedly a schizophrenic patient. No apologies. Why? Abayano papa bekano. Abayano papa is soldier general. Sanya sebwe na ba ye na ye tia. Abayano papa ti di baby. O ye soldier general o mekano. O ye soldier ni na abayano fa mo ne ha. Se ne papa ye soldier general. Abayano won storm. O was storm o ye adwuma na sa ukọ. Se ne soldier ni no ko ye na eya. Enka soldier for no military police for mega ko chi soldier ni. So uko nipa characters like this. Or say or ye security expert. Characters like this. Where you know, Benin and money better about to see us no security. Characters like this. As some way you walk and cry. About what you say. No, sabi can fret you. You're fan this cabinet, you're fan what? No, you're pro. And he calls himself security expert. It is only in Africa. It is only in Africa. When we are saying, what is it? Trump ama ya withdraw so inka nevesa what it
yeah
I just be ya Karen so inka nyema aya ya nensa ma kan sabi nsemu di no ani don hwere Trump ma that is leadership, that is a good society and biwo society a bia ntimi nka ne ope hwe wa so called security expert ya hwe asem okan aya ne da so all can something I'm saying, supposedly schizophrenic. Minka so is schizophrenic. Is it supposedly? Because looking at this comment, Abayano papa become. Abayana become. So you know betche no waka hwansem. Onka ne betche what is all kasa. Ebi kura me kasa biara so jani no opacho. As a soldier ni no pacho a security expert. Abafo nticha se ne bi ape kwa najo mama nya kwa me nsa me mra ne ntasuo on characters like this na me ko serious issues affecting Africa and affecting Ghana asampa so LGBTQ no Pascal now
what do you expect to come out from
Cameroon
this ECG management I refer mu to
me say me mra mama me nsa so Ghana because I'm highly demoralized. Men can say ben fa ben kokoto ana me bisa o hena ba me bisa mra maba mu abu dana o kan pa na report to be public accounts committee ghost names ni pepe adwuma aye mema pepe adwuma aye ma pepe adwuma aye Ghana for pepe adwuma aye ghost names.
And for years this has been happening.
And this is one institution too. This is national service. So o get one what bottom what no person don some motive say again. What bottom? Ah, na ya na man say so be new opportunity and yet let's create loot and share. Share bibi e look, mommy I former MPC case na medical Supreme Court. Yeah, the coin. Supreme Court of the Casa, that was in 2022. Supreme Court said, and young man go to the High Court. And now, 1st November 2025, Supreme Court judgment in the Yansan 1st November.
Was that the double salary? Or
Double salary, men I'm the coin.
on Sankan judgment?
Men Sankan judgment. No. The highest court of the land. I go for Chosa. All if gold rust, what will iron do? The highest court of the land, Mpo. I saw a boy, Humban, a boy Ghana for a barber the Ghana's cat. Double salary.
So you were supposed to get a judgment, then you proceed.
Yes,
the next
sir.
step.
In the courtroom, no, I'm catch say, and yeah, matter for interpretation.
Okay.
Not you fine. And your family. Not just a me call high court. Not just a metimi engine of division. Send a call Supreme Court. No Supreme Court. Once again, then BP comes in. Only if I call here for double salary, no. MPP, Attorney General's office, defendant say and your matter for interpretation.
Hey,
Me don't yami hatasro. Me don't yan company hatasro. Me ma yimisika.
was it go for dummy?
You go for damn time. Asuna bada. Me ma yimisika. Na ma yisu kwa mba for abronye. Ni dini. Na me ma kwa file. In fact, ye nya wo mo kura no.
The MPP's age is
Me na me ka cho me se me don yan kopon. Me don yan kopon hatasro. MPP Attorney General's office can say any matter for interpretation, protecting and defending the double salaried MPs. Men am catch and once again, we be on some many abrisa, say we don't know. Me say we don't know.
and I don't know the court.
We don't know hatasro. Sir, I'm getting say NDC timing, and Uncle be a double salary, and NDC ni be dia kokotwa. Would you say Jim Corbett finally be cry? The MPP Attorney General I should not have filed the process in court to say any matter for interpretation. Mrekrobe Bahabe Nanyomi Asobatene Kankani. MPP for someone Krobe Bahabe Nyomi Asobatene Kankani. Make ya advert. Na minya ye nya o monsa wo ye pe o monsa wo mkro nya no ye ko ye expert application na court no guarantee and na ye ko ye advert papers. We pay 10,000 Ghana cedis. 10,000 Ghana cedis
for that publication.
For that publication, the Daily Graphic. Now because I'm a page I say ya because I do baby say MPP as a party, the MPP for Binu, Bamwa party, the Bamwa system, no. Woman more party, no. Woman more system, no. So at this age, the enemy can make us a mabamu. I pay the mensa. And I me donya, go upon it now, no pay. As the form womb, I jabber and loan ya, but me donya, me the MPP Deputy Minister for Justice Attorney General Fale said, and ya cause or a matter for interpretation. The Supreme Court judge is and ya matter for interpretation. So when even you are disappointed, hugely disappointed by the highest court of the land, no one can hear from you. No one can hear from you. And sometimes as an MPP, Mr. said, and tell this for by a sick some way do way dinner. Send this about something in some way at it or anybody. Nkayate sansen wenya. Eti akwaka se aboye nyina. Eboye nyina nwie, ebe boye nyina bebre kura. Bo fam pipi na ndisi, ebe boye nyina bebre. Ah, mani na yetimu a, double salary. MPs are get double salary. No bid in sika. And you'll be a financier yet. And you'll be a sponsor yet. Me am the sika so me and so. Me need the bia wa baninu. And I made ya double salary. MP bianca. Yeah, sure. Na sati president ne dache no. Obi a Ghana how MPP or NDC. Uba shot to nyama yi. Attorney General answer any matter for interpretation. Supreme Court no say ampa any matter for interpretation. For judgment money, November 2022 till today, mensan kan judgment no. Na wa hu tie me ene wa wo hwe me no. Wanti wababu mu ma Ghana. That was the highest court of the land. It is like because ya ga bia meka Golden Age Company versus na no Obiri Boahen. Ewa ha. Na ye kwasavo a hearing notice ni ya diama Felix Obiri Boahen. Then Supreme Court judges no. Bakwama na mafu san yare. Ndan no timika say service on Felix Obiri Boahen is considered as service on na no Obiri Boahen. The highest court of the land.
Who is the Felix Obiri Boahen?
No one here.
It is considered as
service on na no Obiri Boahen. That is the highest court of the land.
Ah, gosh.
I never. Why would the Wabamu move my Ghana? Why would the nigga say, your current, follow Niaman, also follow Niaman? Shababia Yabedu. How can the highest court of the land there? At that time, I'm a lawyer. Felix Akusan, now Felix Afri, my lawyer has withdrawn from the case. But you go ahead judgment now. Foster Kwesi Sante representing an Obiri Boahen. Foster Kwesi Sante, me do me.
Ah, that can I share conversation from Mentiasi? What's it say?
Say your coin. This was a case I'm a petition the Chief Justice. Say Mati Asebi. Say Bibi Biakoso. Liberty Committee. I appeared before the committee. In fact, that Sir John wa yinu dan kura committee no tenase abesi na committee no report a emesi na emai committee no was chaired by Professor Kote yakwa wi e bere monko na yebete monkan ni yebete ya answer bere asana ba friend Supreme Court abuyamfo Babiamfo. Me kwaji records no hwa. Me lawyer wa withdraw from the matter for more than 1 year no. And the judges no kura nkan docket na nhwe. Say me lawyer no kura has withdrawn from the matter. Now we say Foster Kwesi Sante representing na no Obiri Boahen. Abwadi Yankopon. This is Africa for you. This is Ghana for you. Double salary, ye call your son on be. In fact, Benson call, say first lady and second lady. Also, the woman, yes, says a two muscano. The same MPP time Attorney General file a process or more objective. Now, matter for interpretation. But I know the Supreme Court ignored it. Then a double salary, dear no. After Sabraha. Ruling no ama judgment number. Dear Naba, dear Nessie. Nana Kufado was the president. Nana Kufado was the president. Godfrey Dami was the Minister for Justice Attorney General. That is Africa for you. That is Ghana for you. And that's all him from you. At this my age.
Wow.
So you see, like the Domilevo saying it, you know. There's a wind of change blowing all over the Africa. Ghana ni bi 94 from some ko Burkina akochia Burkina Faso president. Burkina yada so kra tomatoes, Burkina yada so kra jenny. And so you are planting for food and jobs. Jenny tomatoes. Can you nkra no? Nobody more money no from Burkina ba. Me a friend Mosi more money. Wo de wan hu bi. Wo hin ba wan hu. Mosi more money. Wo be so nkwa na yada. Utwa bia no de hia ja no de ato nkwansa na se na chu nkwan mu hwam Burkina Faso depended on Ghana for virtually everything and And Ghanaian leaders are not worried. Ivorian leaders are not worried. Leaders in Togo are not worried. They are not bothered. Leaders in Nigeria are not bothered. Toshabemano, Niema, or men can say, or 100%, men can say, my men can say, so that. But so you are Bajumba, now you nipa, now when you see, say, look, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Guinea, they are doing well. They are doing well. It doesn't take, say we are civilian leader or military leader. It takes somebody, whether soldier or civilian, whether MPP or NDC, to move the country forward. Ya ba mfie nwotwe MPP ba mfie nwotwe train. Kumasi nkran train ya adwuma. Train. President Mahama ato sabra train ya adwuma. Na sana ye bu mane. Wo betra ha so ka, bara bia wo pekasa. Me mpekasa. Wa wutiem ya nopai. Ghana ni bia wutiem ana obi a wo hwe bia. Kana kura me nyankopon se me mpekasa.
Well, let's swing the year into our own party.
MPP. Oh, happy before
getting the party ready for election.
Happy before and I admire Baumia the way he's doing his campaign. No, and I also admire Brian also. I admire Brian Champon also the way he's doing the campaign to a certain extent.
You admire Baumia?
Oh yes, Baumia there.
How he's running his campaign.
The campaign, organizing himself, interactions, the demeanor, body language. So admire. Not be as a action member of parliament. All of me. As I say, all of me. Come on, minty. As I action, all of me. As I say.
Do I have to repeat his words?
There be air tanning for you and for me. Air tanning, any TF4. Air tanning, a member of parliament and a lawyer. The first question I say, are you practicing lawyer now? Now, so you're practicing lawyer, and here's all be a lawyer. Say, Baumia again, or you don't call. Abba! Some people lose 2024. Some your name say Botrobojo binum shisha MPP. Some your name say ya Bob akwa no we petese wo ya say wa ba ho da bia no. Ya Bob no bi sha MPP. A whole member of parliament. Osukura Baumia nya votes channel. Baumia enya votes e channel. Normal person say Baumia oye donko. Na sa we donko a ye be wo yare bunu nyola wo yade. I'm not insulting him because what has politics got to do with slave and master? What has politics got to do? Politics is your donko. It is chieftaincy. Now once a descendant of a slave, always a descendant of a slave. That is a chieftaincy. Mamponkesi no gati. Eko court no Supreme Court in 1982 also. Ebi ene domase ewia domase otumfo bia 125 years otumfo se akonyana kodi abontene. Mfana bi ni brekum. The title of the case in na Ofori na Ekuyame and others versus Nana Ofori Apia, Supreme Court of Ghana, 2018, delivered by Yapo. That is tradition, that is custom. But we are talking about politics. Na sabi you. It's a munu bi abinu beka. Am I yourself? Na you slave. Member from. Because me charge one shot. And be before the war person coffer. One coffer, Baumia coffer. Me a who person who didn't actually you can pay man, can you walk? After the interquat for one at one yatika. And this person is representing a constituency. Now we parliament on Nyansa. Ah, this is the level of thinking. Parliament on Nyansa Samba no beka. So Baumia yes. And that is the problem we have. Because MPP co-opposition, do baby aboa MPP pa, ama omahu, womo dwena MPP ho, na ama womo a nanka ni say ya kiwade akura so mbeba MPP. Anya no na ne obo ko primary school. Why don't you talk about Odipa Odinaki? Uka Baumia Tampo. So Uka Baumia. Nessa Munu ya mame fighter in against Yabuapia Samoa. And I would imagine say, so person trend here can be beat Yabaumia over trended. I call it madness. Can be beat Yabaumia. Can be beat Samira. And I'm sorry, therefore, I guess I know Obiri Boahen I am it here. But another man will say, before, Johnny broker.
They have pressed on your emotional keyboard.
Exactly. But me and the baby, Nayiran the baby, while person my ear and no baby, your campaign, Nippon Dinachi. Oh, yeah, Abuapia somewhat, or your partner here was I interview. What's your got your party? Obiti baby. Then, oh, Samira Koye campaign man. Oh,
yeah.
But me, ye point out as spokesperson.
Yeah.
These are shameless politicians. Just say, but to be
and you accepted.
I
to be a spokesperson.
I recommend job
for a foreigner.
And Chikasa, but why recommend job? Come on, Nani. Bonocasa, you can job. What I said. What to Naniari? The man has no sense of shame. He has no sense of shame. And imagine such a character being the national communication director of a political party like MPP. I don't want to go position. Okay. Now, I don't know if you are home. One no communication director. One father Makuba if you are communication director. Every set will be one more than it. Empty. As I say, ya Bobia Samoba. And then, ya Bobia Samoa from time to so cast somewhere. No one MPP. Not is until when a number be all your communication director. Now, so copy the same. What your party? Who call baby? Now, but we also didn't know the Okabison. Samira didn't Okabison. Now, near Tani Kuras, Baku Kuras, Samira and Chiano. I am one chairman, Oko Benin, Oko Hibini. You people have no sense of shame. One year in Guasia, one in Fedia, what to money are. No, we are not in normal times. We are not in normal times.
30 years or so after the Fourth Republic is our politics, democracy growing.
Oh, yes.
With the pace that it is supposed to.
No. Because all these scandals upon scandals, no. Airtime. Shadurachi SMLD. Oya Jumo GRE or a type noko SML. Oya Jumo ha or retire noko SML. Oja SML na go fado oya de or stop or say but don't SML and then PDS. No one need a show him from you. Huh? Not just a one time bia obi ya adwuma wo ba bia na abosom bi o change car usum fie du un change wo car number na no a ntam mo fo beka se wo ye hohwini anso wo nye hohwini hwe ora ya okuja to black kwa no ne Martin Pebun kan ora no okuja to black kwa ko ye press conference say esese Ghana nye sikasi esese Ghana sika no wo hefa He's a friend. Nyasanka West, I'm the man no pay and your West Kitwa.
Na ade wabia someone Koku Asante no your friend.
Ah, Benjamin Namfo. Benjamin Namfo. Benjamin Namfo.
But one is your colleague. Wabia someone is your lawyer.
Oh, a lawyer.
So you are learned colleagues.
And I'm
from
from
learned.
But lawyers, the two of them are lawyers.
But not learned.
They are learned. But they don't talk like that. It will be better now. If you get the opportunity, amami. Na me kasetia ebia alanche Martin. Ah. Na na me nya tete pa wo me fie na me yesa. Na nyawo Asante Achini. Ono ye so Kennedy ho. Na me betena hai. Ah me minim Kennedy madam fu. Na me be kasetia Kennedy Japan. How? Ana me betena hai. Na me ko so pa bra champo. How? Ana dutwum how? Badwum ba ben na yesa. Badwum ba ben. Huh? Because you could get tabla kwa all right mobile fanfa President Mahama inaugurated it. Obiri Boahen. Oja fita sekra me ka se ora kra me kwa ko kan hu bi. So it is asem na.
Ade what denounce membership na.
That be so ora no de ohun. Or your operation recover all loot. It has got nothing to do with MPP. It has got nothing to do with NDC. Operation recover all loot. I know him about me also tasi. It is them koka ho air bonnet. Me pegana ye air bonnet say nya bonnet.
David.
But me we say na be amran kwasi prat koka. Mfa Martin Pebu kura koka na TV3. And okuja to sukura kan TV3. So Obiri Boahen up all right. Me say yes in principle. Sikana beka se beko fa ba no. Enyema beka se beko ja ba no. E wa hefa. Mama Ghana ye mobo Ghana ye te se menka ne sem kra. Ghana ye te se obi anem se be ne ma ewu ni papa ewu. Ne ma ewu ni papa ewu. Na oniba na oni nua. Nsema ye kika ye nyina campaign tap basa. Uba na tete ne yakọ sopa sika wi akro no bo. Dia se na be. Now that's sorry now what is it? We do ghost names. Ghost names. Huh? That is national service. Just national service. What about other institutions? Yes, CG. Then what about other institutions? What do you know? Huh? You need my baby basa. School placement, I could father no starting no come. And the school placement won't even come once. Once a while will be juicy cabra. When the bet my queen. When the bet my queen. Yaba, my headmaster somewhere tried Diana, and headmaster said Nyaja, and then Diana Monamoto. Oh, 1 year coso. Is it the resetting Ghana for Ntianuni?
What Mustafa Bandinka?
I met in Kancho Jubilee, NDC deputy. I met in Kancho. Murabianza NDC party in Krabidin Honansen.
Nana over to our met you know. Na me Nana Obiri Boahen quick one, the near big room on
Waka Assembly.
Yeah, that's say President Mahama is giving the 276 constituencies, you know.
On that kind. My hair.
For the first time, regional secretaries and field chairmen assumed the responsibility of regional ministers. For the first time in the history of our country, if you go to the regions, about 8 to 9 executives of every region have been appointed into government. And if you go to the constituencies, about 8 or 10 executives of every single constituency have been appointed into some office of government at some level. Today, as we speak, 20,000 1,000 cities go to the constituency every month to service the party. And it comes straight from the president. As we speak, if you look at form and shape of governance and governments that get formed, Ghana have never had the kind of government we have today. The support we got were so diverse that it didn't just come from NDC people. So you realize that at one.
Obisi dache yoko for benya yuma ye pa.
Oh, Yoko for Benjamin, but he's doing forthright.
Because so we calculation I am say so going by his account so far 60,720,000 Ghana cedis to the 276. And by 2028, about 264,960,000 Ghana cedis.
Let's not be petty about this. In honesty, let's not be petty. Let us not be petty about this. And people see new opportunity now. So yes. Some of the appointments in us are the Manaka say we
regional officers,
MPP
officers, or say at least Ubenya Nipabe 8.
MPP Mabisa.
Yeah, appoint them from the constituency officers.
MPP Mabisa.
I'm in the know.
And if a political party now say yes, seat of government a command 20,000. For me, a bonny bay.
Can one say John Mahama is doing what Baumia so by 10 appointments
exactly
from each constituency.
Exactly. Mahama no share free Baumia. When you get the opportunity to sit down Baumia and read his write-ups now, what to so worry. Only sika woni bottom kra or wadwen pa be di buman woni ti.
Baumia.
Oh yes. Yes. Say issue here cause mema appointment na bi yanti bi organa handle. Ona de buy. And so say NDC be o my doctor. So Mustafa Bandi say ye ma way ye fa way sika. Waka body. Let us not be petty. It means that President Mahama actually said NDC party ni hwa. Or no President Mahama no. Oni ho. NDC party ni hwa oni ho. It is also say yeah, what is wrong about that? What is wrong? Appointment 8.
Don't you have to question the source?
Question one. Okay, what is a beer question Mahama Wieska? What is your because of Mahama Wieska? Let's be very honest to ourselves. Let us not be petty. Let us not be petty. Wo pencil na double salaried MPs. Obidia court. No one yam wabia free baby biara. Or General bottoms can pursue matter. And your Attorney General's office defended say a matter for interpretation. Can say this year. And to you say this in about double salary. Nanko be President Mahama Jubilee say, Mumma Miss Catholic was to quite say, Mumma Miss Camfanco Yadveta, and confirm man. Same call the man. Let us not be petty. We need to be realistic. Mustafa Bandi show my 20,000. No, be a calculation. I could say. Actually, say they are growing the party. Or more party, no, or more money. Also, soon a chance. Oh, yes,
really.
Oh, but I can't people for being Obiri Boahen. Oh, yeah, better. Menya better, me sweet. Menya, you sweet. Menya better, me sweet. That I'm paying now, Kolaka.
I think this should give constituency officers, police station officers a clue about what Baumia intends doing. And then they should go and give him their mandate.
Constituency. Yeah, party ya bremuina ya tremuina ya bonkokro muina no. Yes, ye bibi eti Baumia na ba ya. Eti kamesu minya board bi nkotena so.
Kabenya.
Exactly. Na say nyame lawyer adwuma na me ya nka ba dey. What kind of life is this? We need to be honest. Me no MPP for no kasem no more cassette me and I'm how and I'm ha. And this is for so cassette me and I'm ha. I don't depend upon my money for my survivor. I don't depend upon my money for survivor. Eti yoko ofre special prosecutor free. Ben from your tom. Minim Oko ka kire mo na chakra ni kise jabe se mo fro Obiri Boahen. O say fa wasem ko Obiri Boahen so men friend ne o aye de. So Mustafa Bandi asem no ka no. Enye say ye jojo no. But it is a sinking one people for one. President Mahama by one appointment soma. A constituency regional. Na ebinim kra de ankwaje appointments a wo munya adwuma bebra ba ye. Minimum a lot of the TikTokers in the Binuma, yes, woman, your contrast or more. Abanaba power, now or power, not national officers. National officers, not a woman or more appointment to boss a wire body. Tell me, MPP national officers send on woman or more appointment on a board or to various boss. Tell me, MPP national officers send and say, Yabama compartment tobacco could trap fat. What take a me? Nipa di na nipa nkan sem nyina. Na ba na kora no so ababa tena ha obeka no. Na ndi davia na. O ka viti ya MPP. Me nka bi ntia wo MPP. Me ba tra ka cho say look, Baumia de nyame na di na man. Baumia is like the Nelson Mandela of today. Baumia is like the Barack Obama of today. Baumia is like Kofi Bufabuzia of today. Baumia is like Nandi Azikiwe of today. Baumia is like the Jolos Nyarere of today. Baumia is like Sasabosokama of Botswana today. Baumia is Baumia, and you continue to be Baumia. And he is the Moses of the time. He is the Moses of the time. I don't hate any of the leaders. Debbie. I am in for Benina. But I say we are saying Kotoko, Quabrina, Nakosi Baumiaso. Now, as for the MP, former communication director, Naveka Sentia Baumian, let me reserve some of my comments. A member of parliament, a sitting member of parliament. Then you are describing a flag bearer of a party, so you slave. Or you don't go. Or you're friendly man. What has this got to do with slavery? Common sense will tell you that I say, oh, be a newcomer. Common sense. Oh, just be a newcomer. But I don't what describe will be newcomer. I don't what describe will be newcomer. Obiane yere abegina wacha your campaign
amount. All right, we have some 10 minutes or so. Afoko enters the MPP chairmanship race.
Oh, yeah. So, Oman Akwaba. But ebini, sometimes, your politics, we must be very careful and mindful of our comments. And your Afoko, and Rebioka said, some people are some crab TV show no doom. I don't know. Minimum kind.
We say MPP or so, the MPP name from Oyenefu.
I feel now they are saying, and the thing, sir, it's a very good material. He's a very good person. This is because of Paul Afoko Meyin Bunyaya Meboa. I campaigned for him in 2014 with my own resources.
Tamale. Yako Tamale.
Yeah, but I'm not with my own resources. Winning. Saturday, me Tamale boys in the case, boys no know them more.
Yeah.
And Afoko Casa Obaboa. And to me, man, my bank account. No, my testimony. I had then a Afoko no, I lick Yama, the boys. Ah, me can't be a nine.
Never. Now, who your case, man?
I Tamale
involved the MPP boys now. And now, Oyesa Obaboa. Timano bank account.
Who come medical service? Your friend Richie.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it Richard Mensana?
I bet so.
Double chairman.
Meaning there's a double chairman. All my thinkings. mobile phone so.
Wow.
Make can be biana. Yeah, I forgot them time no never no Japan no time no niema ye farm no. Niema ye farm no.
Your nephew some makers of junior brothers who are also the intention of a pursue of him. His praying said, Yenya another a police post. Salam down.
No, I say, look, politics, Afoko took the MPP to court. Personally, I have nothing against Afoko. But what the party went through during the focus period, and any summer club period, no come Japan period, no. Nkanya some people for granted come Japan amnesty. What the party went through. But MPP for sure granted amnesty and your body so. But I think that look, we go catch a party with you about phone sukura a TV so na madum no. Na say na o say oba so be preacher man. Personally, there's nothing wrong, but I just say, I'm on your same phone. I am more and more cassa, I'm wondering, and I said, so then if you are, more cassa view. And I say, I'm on a crabber, no Baba can race, you know. Some day race, you know, almost at here, wound to me.
Almost at here,
Wound to me.
Who wound to me? Chema wuntu for national chairman.
For national chairman.
Almost at here.
Almost at here. And so basso. As to why me will win to me, my personal decision. Yeah.
Wow.
My personal decision. That you buy an umbrella. So my.
Unyamai. But over.
Well, didn't me decide if you come, sir.
But so bad, yeah.
So bad, yeah.
Oh.
No. Wamadia. I'll take it.
You look within Mumaka.
Yeah, also General Secretary.
General Secretary.
Oh, General Secretary, no dear. Obia is good.
And then Obia is good. Anybody soon Obia is good.
Man can say. Me no.
Yeah, no pandemic. I've heard of consultation Dambochu so for national chairman.
You know about race very interesting. But no, me feel say me fear me di or MPP yet party MPP no me a lawyer. Now I've been very consistent and steadfast in the MPP. So at this my age, at this my time, maybe I remember out opinion and say me nyam to because on tokwane sia me mananso na de baba se me sisi.
And chairman there when you want to me bad there you are for one to
party. I'm close now, so bad. Because what I said, it will be very difficult for me. So be amount 2 hours in TV station or the fact.
No, say you want to me, yeah.
I said, now make me a better ACO campaigning against honor. Let's be very honest. What can of criminal couple? Don't film you. Say is a paint or buy for 45 minutes crazy. That's a non between. No, be a child, don't film you. Free bonto capri da money nto advertiser no party and kawasem now be we are in free anam tia no wasomasi. I don't think it to be fair. And you mean ko bia ho and mean ko bia ho anamboa mean ko bia ho and mean ko bia ho.
Oh yes, boys in because you are bought.
I'm bought for
with 2 hours time the amount.
Oh, but Obi actually me 2 hours.
Or the actual, but to you, over to me the ayedman.
After
I said, oh yeah, I can't tell you chairman 3 times.
Oh, to me, over to me. Obia, woman, person, Obi a bit my. Oh, yes. Then people has the men. Then people has the women. But in Shamo Bam, in Shamo, One thing ne Mustafa Bandika. MPP for being dependent paper to how we calculation. Me say the MPP for they have been petty. Mustafa has been forthright. All kind of crime. I'm paying them paso. My hammer buy appointment. And I go to Madame for Gilbert. MPP and this a man pick up one. And I Gilbert didn't am Sunyania. She said, flag is so Gilbert.
Yeah.
Baby Pia, and this. What shower mon Kurani? And when the MPP had the opportunity, the Asham Kurani, yes, sir. People going to the scholarship secretariat for support. Sign 19 shower. People going to other places. So you need to be honest and sincere. We are not cracking, so not cracking NDC. Men can't say by Benny Penny, but no, get to me, say, what the top MPP want, NDC, MPP ye but a new NDC. Dr. Bowmy answer me back. And quite is a winning way, no winning way, no winning way, no winning way. No more appointment. Anya MP now or Asantiacho, you're not deputy minister for
I think railway. I think they're railway.
I mean, so Casabi Cafrachu or Casasia. No minister upon which is a home management. No, so the MPP should look for people who can run the party, who are competent, capable, fit. And yet the teacher person in Kumina a dufudepe nya chom ya nyabia nye nantichucha. They should look for all these characters.
Right.
Because the signs are positive for the MPP in 2028.
Now say, Mamma easy paint for Emra no matter so. I have taken the opportunity. Sir, I have taken the opportunity to listen and listen and listen over and over again. The conversation, the minority leader, any minia penny in Evans Mensah on Joy News. I don't think would declare the support to Marubia and the attacks going on Alexander